Hi, we are in Princeton, New Jersey, and this is our exterior project that we are working on these days. Big project. We've got the house, we've got the garage. Hi, we are in Princeton, New Jersey, and this is our exterior project that we are working on these days. A big project. We've got the house, we've got the garage. It's about 4,000 square foot house, include the garage. We already replaced some few rotted siding here. We install new siding and new trims for the windows. We install new trims. Looks very smooth. And also the seal of the window. So we install here already about 40 pieces of boards and trims. And now we are on the stage of scraping and sanding the entire house. So you see here, this side is already scraped to remove all the paint that were like potentially coming off. This side we didn't scrape yet, so you can see I still can remove paint. So yeah, everything here was scraped. Now the next stage, we're going to sand it to make it smooth as much as possible. It's going to be a challenge because we already have like 7 coats of paint on the house, about 7-8 coats. This house is probably like 70 years old, 80 years old. So we're going to sand everything. Scrape first, sand with sanding machine. The team is already sanding the other side of the house to make it as smooth as possible. And then we're going to prime the entire house with gel primer. If you look at this side, all this is the bare wood. We literally see the bare wood. So the entire house will be primed 1 coat, and then we're going to paint the entire house 2 coats. Yeah, it's a big project, probably will take us 2 weeks. We also removed and replaced other rotted boards on the garage, and we replaced more boards in this side of the house, soffit, and we replaced many pieces. You see this area is already smooth. It was not as damaged as there. We also replaced this piece, these 2 pieces. So yeah, we are in a progress of replacing many boards here, many rotted boards, and painting. Okay, so all the siding of the house, you see all these boards, it's brand new boards because the condition of the siding was so bad. It was so rotted from water probably traveling from the roof here. So it was so rotted and damaged, so we replaced here probably 10-15 boards, and also we replaced the soffit and the crown molding. Altogether we replaced about 25 pieces on the house. So far we're going to replace more, but this is what we really needed it. As you see here, the condition is not good. We're not going to replace the entire siding of the house because it's going to be a huge expense to the homeowner. So at least we agree on about 25 boards on the house and 20 boards on the garage to replace. So this portion we're going to scrape and sand and prime and paint. There's 4 stages: scraping everything, removing all the loose paint, and then we're going to sand it to make it as smooth as possible, and then we're going to prime it and paint it to make sure that all this will look uniform. Everything was agreed with the homeowner. That's what he asked us to do. So he's happy. This board also we replaced this board around the window. So everything looks good so far. The carpenters finished their work. The painters start working. So we need probably another 10 days of work here to scrape and sand and prime and paint. Also here, as you see, we replaced the crown molding. We call it, some people call it crown molding, some people call it just casing around the soffit. This is what we call the soffit. Whatever is facing the floor, all these boards was replaced, the white boards and the bare wood. We matched it to the existing molding that they used to have before. That's why it's bare wood. We usually buy a primed one. They didn't have in the store the exact profile because we have to match what was built here on this house probably like 70 years ago. So everything we're matching the same profile of the wood to what they used to have 70 years ago. That's why it looks sharp. We're going to prime it and paint it 2 coats. So yeah, we're looking forward for this work. It's a hard day, very hard day today. The guys working hard. I will going to work here with the guys for the next 10 days probably, and just to deliver the clients a very beautiful house. We are in a house here in Skillman, New Jersey. So we replace few broken windows. They had like 7 broken windows, so we replace it with them. We're going to scrape, prime and paint this garage. We already working on the other side of the house. Here we replaced the seal of the door, the bottom part of the door that completely was rotted. So they couldn't they couldn't step into the garage because it was so damaged. So we replaced 1 board here. Later today, we're going to replace the 2 vertical boards of the side because you see this big hole here from water damage. Other than that, we replaced the soffit, which is between the gutters in the house. Replace the soffit of the house. It was many damaged boards here. So we had the carpenters first, the glass installers, and now the painters will join. We already power washed that. We're going to scrape it, sand it, and prime the entire garage and paint the entire garage 2 coats. And we've got here some boards that we're going to use in order to install whatever is needed. Yeah, it's a nice size project. The client so far is very satisfied. We'll make sure that we will deliver a beautiful garage. So we have with this exterior project here in the house from about 1950. So all the paint is coming off, completely coming off. This, I don't know who painted this house, but they painted it like 5 years ago. The prep was really bad and they didn't prime the bare area. What the guys do, we're scraping the entire house first, removing all the loose paint. You see on the floor, thousands of pieces of loose paint. We remove everything, and then after everything will be removed, that's what right now, this team right now is scraping, and this team would start sanding the house with a sandpaper. So they're going to use a machine, like sandpaper, like circular sanding machine, and they're going to sand the entire house to make it as smooth as possible. And then we're going to prime the entire house, and then we're going to paint the entire house 2 coats. So 1 coat primer, 2 coats paint, and then the whole house will be scraped. The whole house will be sanded. Probably it's a project of like 2 weeks. It's a big house in Princeton, New Jersey. Also, we're going to do the garage. It's also another section. It's the work here before was not the best, whatever the contractors did this work 5-6 years ago. But right now we're already scraping this area. You see, we're exposing the bare wood, and then we're going to start sanding with a sanding machine to make it as smooth as possible. Because the house is very old, we probably have around 10 coats of paint. So we just exposed them, we're just removing as many coats as possible. So yeah, it's a big project. The team is working hard. It's almost like right now we're early morning, we're already like 85 degrees. They're working in the shade. They don't want to work in the sun, don't want to expose themselves to the sun as much as possible. So right now in the morning, they're working on this side. And then during the day, wherever the sun moves, they're working in the other side to make sure that they're in the shade. So this is just the start of the project.